Ladies and gentlemen, TFG Mike here. Before we get into Pixels and the Animation episode 26, just want to let you know I was going to edit my dog barking out of one of the episodes in today's episode of the podcast, but Neil makes a joke, and it fits with the dog barking, so I left it in. It is not a flub. It's not me being lazy. I thought it was funny. So, just want to forewarn everybody that dog barking is in today's episode of Pixels and the Animation. Kind of like Duke on Captain N, the Game Master.
Tetris, master of blocks, weaver of fate. The time has come for another round.
Yes, how shall we begin, my lord?
L block.
Yes, L block, the perfect first piece.
We stand in awe of your eternal wisdom. Square.
Oh, as you wish, my lord.
Shall he nestle it into the bosom of the L block? Or will he leave it room to grow?
Reverse L block.
As you wish, my lord.
Difficult, my lord, but I believe this mortal can handle it.
T block.
Rather cunning, my lord. If this mortal is wise, he won't... He undershot it.
Squiggly.
My lord!
How dare you question his methods?
T block.
The playing field is random and jagged.
Square.
There is no place for a square, my lord, and it's only the first level.
Squiggly.
You wish to toy with him? To torture him for what?
Reverse Squiggly.
The ultimate test of faith.
T block.
Only a master of dexterity could rotate a T-block in time.
It is done.
Reverse L block.
We've left the column open for the almighty Tetris.
Oh, another line piece and its glory will shine upon us all.
Square.
Oh, here it comes.
T block.
Just one more moment.
T block.
No, he is punishing this mortal for his hubris.
Reverse Squiggly.
Give him something, Lord.
Reverse L block.
Give him anything!
L block.
Oh, yes, of course he can use that to plug the gap, but then the column would be
unusable.
Oh.
Line piece.
No.
Line piece.
Lord, you have forsaken us all.
Line piece.
What a cruel and angry God!
Line piece.
When my father disappeared and Mother Brain tried to take over Videoland, our only hope lay in an ancient prophecy that a great warrior from another world would come to our rescue. I was a bit skeptical when Kevin showed up, but now I don't know how we'd ever get along without him.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Pixels in the Animation. I am one of your hosts, TFG Mike, and joining me in this epic journey is TV's Mr. Neil.
A winner is you.
Yes, and you get no line piece. We are continuing on in Captain N the Game Master as we talk about the next 3 episodes of this all-gen gaming series. Like we said a couple weeks ago with episode 25, I want a soundtrack of this show, damn it. I want the music that was used from all the games in this show. Oh, so good. Last time in episode 25 we had kind of 2 are okay, at least for me, 2 are okay, and then 1 is really, really great. This time we have 1 is really, really great, and 2 are, okay. So, any initial thoughts before we jump in?
Just that, for me, this trio of episodes, I can only attribute to drugs. I mean, all 3 of them, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I mean, not so much with the Tetris episode. I mean, that's trippy enough, but at least I understood the plot. The following 2, I was like, what?
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get into it with the first episode of the day after this.
Whoa, this is getting hot!
Look out!
Oh, keep this up and you'll get your license suspended.
No sweat, this game is over. Let's get back to the palace. What's wrong, Captain Ned?
We're being pulled down by some kind of powerful force.
It must be coming from that video world below us.
I can feel the magnetic power. It's making my brain cells tingle all over. We're going to crash! Hey, something's mucking up my receptors. Now I can't track the empty. Listen up. I want you two bird brains to go to that world and find the source of that power.
Do we have to?
You heard Big Mama Brain. Get moving! Ah!
I don't know where we are, but I sure hope the natives are friendly.
Hello, can you tell us where we are?
Why, Tetris, of course. Any blockhead knows that.
First up is The Trouble with Tetris. Lana reunites with her long-lost brother, Lyle, on the distant video world of Tetris, and Kevin and Lyle work together to stop Mother Brain from taking Tetris's power source, the Sacred Square. Elements from Tetris. Well, duh. So they write out the king, and they write in a long-lost brother, who is basically Wreck-Gar from Transformers Animated. I swear, the whole time, both as a kid and now, watching this episode, I thought Lyle was Weird Al Yankovic.
Really?
Just the way that his voice sounds a little bit.
You mean to say he's white and nerdy?
Yeah, pretty much, yes. It just... I like this episode, specifically for the elements from Tetris. That's why I like the episode. As far as giving her a brother, why?
Yeah, the brother who was never mentioned before at any time now suddenly exists. I mean, the king never mentioned him. He's like, "Oh, welcome to the mirror world, Lana. How's your brother?" Never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Wait. No, did he?
No, he didn't. That was my point.
I'm trying to remember if he... Oh, no, I'm getting it mixed up with what Lyle says in this episode, How's Father. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the power pads. Oh, my God.
Oh, let's see. Yesterday was St. Cubic's Day, and tomorrow is All Squares Day. But today is open.
Splendid! Then let's declare today her Royal Roundness Day.
Hooray for a royal roundness! Hooray for a royal roundness!
Hey, it couldn't hurt to hang out for a while.
I knew you'd square around.
My father used to tell me stories about Tetris when I was a little girl. It's so far from the palace that it never joined the fight against Mother Brain.
But aren't you afraid of Mother Brainicus?
Who's Mother Brainicus?
He doesn't know Mother Brain?
Hop in. I'll give you the grand tour. Everyone get squared away. It's a holiday.
Hey, Mary Squaresley, wouldn't your car run smoother if the wheels were round?
Of course, but it just wouldn't fit in. Everything on Tetris is made of squares.
What's that megabit building?
That's the chamber of Tetris where we keep the sacred square. Legend says that the sacred square is so powerful that it built our whole world of Tetris.
All right, power pad moments. Here we go. Tetris rules. enough said. I love that game. I remember when I would play because I didn't. This is really really sad. I didn't get a Game Boy till my 13th birthday, so like 2 or 3 years after it had already been released. But when I did, I played the hell out of Tetris. I love that game. So Lyle is the George McFly of Videoland. The kid can never do anything right. Never. I get that that's his I guess you could say trope, character trope, but oh my god. And then he tries to, well, I'll get into that later. Hippo power. I love King Hippo. He's so awesome. One square to rule them all. I did really enjoy this one. I didn't know. I really paid attention with this one with the animation because there was one point where Hippo and Eggplant get on the bus, and at one point I thought the bus had round wheels, and Mayor Squaresley said they wouldn't fit in with the rest of the motif. It's like, painting your house a certain color and then trying to give it an accent wall. It just doesn't work sometimes. Yeah. But I really did pay attention to the animation because I wanted to see if the animators slipped up anywhere within the story and put a round wheel or something in there. What'd you like about this one?
I tried really hard to find something. I don't get it. I didn't really like this episode at all. I'm like, I got nothing.
You didn't like the music?
Okay, the music, but I don't want to get redundant. It's just like, the series is awesome, and I think there's one other Tetris episode, so I'm sure we'll hear this music again. So
yeah, there's oh boy, what is it? It's
I can't believe they come back to Tetris World.
It is Trojan Dragon. No, Invasion of the Paper Pet. Oh my God, there's a Paperboy episode.
I told you.
Oh my god.
Return of Buddy Boy.
Totally Tetrisized. It's in season 3.
Oh no. That's even worse.
Did you have any zapped moments?
Oh yeah.
Alright, well, go get zapped in a second.
Eggplant to Mama Brain, we found the power source.
Well, quit gabbing and babbing. If a single square can build an entire world, just think what it can do for me.
Welcome to Cubies, home of the best square meal in town.
Initiating program to input data on Square World.
Hey, open the door! My coat's stuck! Whoa! Where'd you come from? Are you some kind of new Tetris robot?
Not robot. Game computers. Arrived with ground companions like you.
Like me? On Tetris? No way.
Affirmative. This way.
Alright, this Zapped Moment segment is brought to you by TV's Mr. Neil, because I have nothing. I don't know, maybe you can talk me into not having this episode be a 5, because I didn't really notice too much, but go ahead.
Okay, first of all, way to miss the point of the game. I mean, if I had done this episode, I would have worked in the puzzle aspect in some way. I mean, you can't really adapt the game literally, but you could, I don't know, you could make it like the Hellraiser cube where you have to solve the Tetris to stop this evil warp zone from opening up or something.
Yeah.
And you could add some suspense in there, like Lana, you have to get the long piece in there. Get the long piece, and she could be like, there are no long pieces. That, and you could have totally played with that, and it was just like it was nothing. It was like they almost they kind of adapted it the way like Hanna-Barbera adapted Pac-Man, where like they made this really weird world that didn't make any sense. It's like for some reason everything is shaped weird, and including the people. The people, for about half the episode, I'm like, wow, everyone looks like a transformer because they're all squared. And then I'm like, no, wait, I'm wrong. Everyone in this cartoon is designed like Reboot. Because they all have that weird low polygon kind of squarish look to them, like the Reboot characters.
There was a couple of characters where I kept flashing to. This is gonna be an oldie but a goodie. There's a couple of characters I always flash to an old Gumby episode, H&R Blockhead.
Yeah, the Blockheads. That was going through my head as well.
Boy. Anything else for bad moments for Tetris?
I don't think I have any more. I'm just kind of exasperated with the whole thing because they just decided, let's make a blocky world for Tetris, and they didn't try beyond that. And I'm like,
well, wasn't there at one point where Kevin was jumping over the bricks, and then there was another point where somebody was moving them. Oh no, Mother Brain, when she was having the power square, she was having them move into place like they do in the game. But
I guess oddly enough, there's another Captain N episode where Kevin shoots like ice cubes out of his zapper, and they kind of do like a Tetris thing where they block in like these, I don't know, these orangutan characters and like a cube of ice blocks, but it was kind of like Tetris.
Yeah, his zapper, it's not accurate at all.
No.
Like, he has a freeze function? Seriously?
Yeah, suddenly there's like a little switch on the side now that like has 3 different functions.
Yeah, that's...
like that wasn't there before.
Very strange, very strange. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next episode.
On the robotic world of Megaland, the evil Dr. Wily is deep inside Skull Castle cooking up mega trouble for Captain N and his friends.
My new power vacuum is a work of pure genius, if I do say so myself.
What does it do?
It harnesses the greatest source of power in all Videoland. Competition energy, generated from playing games.
Never heard of it.
Of course not. I just discovered it. Allow me to demonstrate. All right, middleman.
Next up is The Big Game. Some of Kevin's high school friends are warped to Videoland for a football game against Dr. Wily's robot masters. Winner takes the throne of Videoland. Elements from Mega Man 2 and California Games. Oh boy. How can you mash up California Games and Mega Man 2?
They found the way.
Yes, they did.
How do you do it? You do it badly.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about the plot. I mean, the plot is basically Wily wants to capture competition energy. I know I've seen that somewhere before.
Yeah, I'm sure we both have, and I'm kind of drawing a blank. But this reeks of like borrowed plots. In fact, it borrows a plot from a season 1 episode because they do the Video Olympics again.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, hey, remember that thing we did before? Well, let's just forget we did it and do it again. And Captain N falls for it again.
Yeah. Oh, at least It was kind of nice seeing some other characters in his friend. They weren't even really his friends. I mean, sure, the African American quarterback type character grew to like him, but the other Stacy, she's just a blonde twit, and Billy Bob over there, I don't know.
I will say that this episode had some laugh out loud moments. I mean, there was one point where like kind of the dopey jock and Simon Belmont were both hitting on her, and she says to Lana, "Hey, we should hook up with these two. Which one do you want?" And Lana's like, "Oh, you can just have both." And Stacey shoots this awesome look back at Lana, and it just made me laugh because it was kind of like, "Oh, I just got burned, didn't I?"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. All right, let's go pounce on the power pads after this.
What a gloomicus.
I think he's homesick for that California place.
This'll make a cheer Captain N up. Wow, dude, skaters roll.
All right. Cool. Did you make this, Mega Man?
Just like you told me, Mondo Nose. Mondo Nose does not compute. Please re-enter data. You'll have to get Kevin to teach you California's Game Boy.
Check out this inverted kickflip.
Wow, he's mega rad.
Thanks, Mega Man. I love it.
May I try?
Go for it, Princess.
You ninnies are gonna game yourselves right into the earthquake warp zone.
Power pad moments. I swear I heard the Mario fireball sound effect when the dog was spitting fire the first time.
Yep.
Thought that was kind of cool. Simon is a brother from another mother. I can't believe that they have two Simon Belmonts in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Vampire Hunter. Ew, what's that? And at the end, at least Kevin knew the right thing to say to Lana to end the episode.
Yeah.
At least he didn't screw that up. Did you like anything with this one?
Just kind of the funny moments, like what I said, Lana being kind of passive aggressive against Stacy, just kind of getting her digs in. Other than that, not really. It was just kind of a weird episode.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go get zapped.
I used up half my energy supply getting Captain Nitwit's friends here.
Do I have to be with you idiots every second to get things done right?
Yes, Mother Brain. No, Mother Brain.
Shut up! I better get to California World before Ronnie ruins everything. I always wanted to go to high school. Just call me Big Mama Prom Queen.
Alright, getting zapped. So, wait. Dr. Wily is going to use up energy that he knows he needs to change the landscape up and warp Kevin's friends here? I don't get... These villains, oh my god, they're just so horrible. I mean, I know you gotta spend money to make money, but holy crap, dude. Just, no. All these high school characters, they're typical high school characters.
Not one that's even memorable.
Well, I will say, and I know this is going to be pretty bad, but the African American quarterback reminds me of the white quarterback in Waterboy. I forget what his name is, but number 12 from Waterboy. Because he finally does come around to Kevin. And they're, I guess, kind of. That's what I want to know. You know, this series keeps bringing up the fact of, oh, well, we can bring in this from Kevin's world, or we can bring in that from Kevin's world. I'd like to know what actual kind of friends he did have, because the two times in this series that Mother Brain or any of the other villains have brought in friends, they were friends at first with Mike Vincent, and then they became enemies because Mike turned into a bully, and then at the end the android forgave him and became friends again. Here, you have, like, what is it, 5 or 6 people that are, like, basically the pep squad of the school. You know, you got Stacy the cheerleader, what's his name, the jock, the rest of the football team, and it's like, where are the people that Kevin actually cares about? That's what I want to know.
Well, they transported the whole school there, and there were only 4 people in the whole building.
4 people. Yeah, that's just nuts. What didn't you like about this one?
Well, the plot was completely nonsensical. At no point did I have any idea what was even going on. I mean,
yeah,
and you know, Dr. Wily's plan was like, it was a Dr. Evil plan. Literally, it was like, okay, I found a way to harness energy from competition. And it's like, wow, you know, you could just, you know, sell that and there'd be no reason to be evil because you would just have money. You know, there'd be no reason to, like, mine for oil anymore. Well, there would still be, but not as much. And, you know, this is like a great idea. And he's like, I will use this really good idea for evil purposes. You know, it's kind of like how Dr. Evil, he's like using Starbucks as a front, and somebody says, you know, why don't we just run Starbucks? We don't have to do bad things.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's like I honestly lost track of what the plot even was, and I was just scratching my head the whole time. And oh God, and you know that the black sports character in this episode, he actually reminded me of Tyrone from Power Team. If you just put a basketball in his hand, it would be Tyrone.
That's true. You know what? That would have been an awesome crossover for this show. Bring in the Power Team.
God,
that would be so cool.
Show up in Bigfoot.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Second time we've referenced that on this show.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if Game Boy and Q*bert got together?
Oh my God! I would just put a gun in my mouth. Oh God! And you know, at one point, Mega Man goes to his homeworld to get equipment from Dr. Wright. I'll knock off a point for that one. And he brings back this equipment, and it's just so stupid. I mean, they get on like the hoverboard and the walker thing, which does exist, but it exists in Mega Man X, oddly enough. I just kind of sighed and rubbed my head, and I don't even remember how the bad guys were foiled. I was just kind of out of it by the end of the episode. I didn't understand anything at all.
Lana, she switched wires.
That's right.
She crossed wires, and instead of allowing the N team to go to the earthquake zone, she had Mother Brain and her people go to the garbage. So they basically took out the trash.
That's right. Oh, one last thing. Just randomly they throw in the subplot where it's just like, oh, when you go back to the real world from Videoland, you lose all your memories. We'll just randomly throw this into this throwaway episode. Kind of an important plot point, but you know, we'll just throw it here.
Yeah. That's a little crazy. So, all right, we're gonna move on to the final episode of the day.
Daybreak on the primeval world of Kongoland. And even the mighty Donkey Kong is peacefully tucked in his bed asleep when suddenly...
Your Highness! The Lost City of Kongoland is rising after 1,000 years, just like the ancient prophecy said!
Finally up today, the Lost City of Kongoland. The N Team travels to Kongoland to stop Mother Brain from getting a priceless artifact, but when Lana crosses paths with the artifact, she becomes an even deadlier foe than Mother Brain. Elements from Donkey Kong Jr. I don't even remember Donkey Kong. I know it existed, but I don't even remember the game. And it's like, every time we see... Oh, I remember it now, looking at the screen cap. Wow, this game. I hated this game. Oh my god.
Yeah, the elements from Donkey Kong Jr. are very tangential, I'll say that.
Yeah. But like... Looking at a screen cap on Wiki about Donkey Kong Jr., it's not your it's not like Donkey Kong was. It's not your standard run, jump, climb ladder. It's run, jump, slide over pole, and it's kind of like a monkey in a stripper club, pretty much. Oh my god.
I wouldn't have said that.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Donkey Kong Jr. They kind of took the best elements from that game and put it into the 1994 Game Boy Donkey Kong, and that's where they should stay.
Yeah. What do you think of the plot here?
Plot? What plot? There's no plot here.
I know you're probably going to.
See, even the dog's complaining about the lack of plot in this episode.
What?
Even the dog is complaining about the lack of plot in this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, this episode is just... It's so... I don't know, I want to say that it's so typical, because I think I've seen this before, where...
Yeah.
You know, there's this...
What I was going to say was, and I thought you were going to... once I say this, I'm half expecting you to hang up because this episode to me is like an episode of the Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Oh my god, this is nothing like the Mysterious Cities of Gold.
But it has that feel of basically watching Michael J. Fox voice Milo in the Lost City of Atlantis or whatever the hell that's. Treasure Planet or whatever the hell.
You're mixing like 3 or 4 different cartoons.
Yeah, whatever the hell that stupid Disney treasure hunt movie was.
You got the Mysterious Cities of Gold, The Road to El Dorado, The Lost Cities of Atlantis.
That's what it's like. I hate that movie. Road to El Dorado. Oh my god. What were you gonna say?
Oh my god. Well, the helmet that possesses you, I think I've seen that before in different cartoons.
Yeah,
I'm kind of blanking on. See, there are so many tropes that you know I just recognize them when I see them, but I don't remember where all of them come from.
Yeah, the headdress or the helmet thing. I've seen it many different things where you put something on and it possesses the person. I've seen that many times. The most I not that I'm ashamed that I watched the show, because it was a good show, at least in my opinion, but the most recent type of thing, couple of years old, was an episode of The Sweet Life on Deck, where Debbie Ryan's character, Bailey, got possessed by some ancient princess thingamajig, so it's similar to that kind of thing.
There was a classic Looney Tunes cartoon where Elmer and Bugs hats kept falling on their head and it would change their personality.
Yeah.
And it's one that I've very rarely seen, but I remember it being very funny.
Yeah, it was.
But it's nothing like this episode, because this episode was terrible.
Yes. All right, well, I know I at least have 3 Power Pad moments. Let's go there now.
Wait, you weren't supposed to choose that one.
Don't worry, Princess. By the time they catch that cow, they'll be too tired to carry out your decree.
No, maybe I'm just not forceful enough to be ruler of Videoland.
Are you kidding? You're a terrific princess.
Terrific.
I could have said it better myself, your cuteness, but you get the idea.
Your Highness, please, you must help us.
How can we help?
All right, put those Power Pads down, because you don't want to awake the grape ape who is sleeping. This image will be in the post. Kevin cops a feel. There's part of this episode where Lana is basically being self-pitying on herself about being a good ruler or not. And Kevin puts his hand in front of... It's like he's stretching his hand out, but the way it was animated, it looks like he's touching her right breast.
Yeah. It's a perspective thing. It's almost like, kind of like how they do the I crush your head thing, but like not really that. It's like his hand is in front of her boob, but it looks like he's kind of giving her the purple nipple.
Yeah. And wow, Lana is a better villain in this than Mother Brain ever was, and wow, she's even a better villain than Simon Belmont. I like evil Lana.
Oh yeah, she immediately became 10 times more awesome just by being evil.
Yep. And this time she wasn't a doppelganger. Oh boy. What'd you like about this one?
No, just what we just mentioned. Evil Lana. I like that Donkey Kong got some screen time and actually got to be sort of a good guy for once.
Yeah, I love how Kevin does feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool and nice and touching. And then at the end, he's like, and basically puts his thumb and is like, yeah, guys, I think we've outworn our welcome.
Yeah, the parting shot is basically Donkey Kong's like, okay, we joined forces and we defeated the bad guy. Now get out.
Yeah.
It's like, when next we meet, you and I shall be enemies once more.
Yes. Or everybody out of the pool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for good moments on this one?
No.
All right, let's go get zapped.
Look at that pitiful banana head. Only a magnificent brain like mine can control the power of Conga.
But Mama Brain, dearest, if we go near Donkey Kong's compound, he'll squash us into eggplant butter.
Not if I squash you first. Besides, those N-twits will be here soon.
We're getting zapped. Konglantis? I was half expecting Starscream to show up and Niragil and everybody else. Since when did she change her name to Alana?
Always wanting more. He leave you longing for. Like velvet and that little boy's smile.
So Kevin calls her Alana. I know that's probably just either a mix-up in the script or something that the voice actor said by mistake.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I'm going to take a point off of, but it was just like, don't you know your own girlfriend's name, dude? Come on now. What didn't you like about this one?
Oh boy. Well, first of all, the natives are back. Why,
Yes,
God, why? Why are these characters here? Well, basically, I guess they're sort of justified because that's how they get attention from the Palace of Power. They're like, oh no, Donkey Kong is, screwing things up because there's something poking up through his bed or something. I don't know. And
you have any idea how wrong that sounds?
yeah. And I guess Donkey Kong lives in a treehouse, but it's like, oh my god, the scale problems with that.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be. He like lives in the Tree of Might, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Donkey Kong's house or hideout or whatever you want to call it is in scale as much as G1 Transformers are to the Transformers of today are. It's just completely off the wall.
Yeah, it's like Devastator being inside of Astro Train and then Omega Supreme grabbing Astro Train.
Yeah.
Brain explode.
Pretty much, yeah. Anything else for this one?
Oh, God. I know I should say more, but I'm just this was another episode where I was just so exasperated with everything that was going on, where I'm just like, this whole thing is just a fail. Because, we get introduced to another character who we never actually see because she just takes over Lana's body.
Yeah.
And then the headdress gets destroyed at the end, and that's the end of her. Here's this badass villain. She'll never be back.
Yeah. See, I don't even think it was a... The only reason why we say it's a female is because it's in Lana's body and it's Lana's voice.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was the Witch Doctor.
Ah, I see.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to take away from your dislike of it. I mean, it's true. It's not that good of a thing because the helmet of power is basically destroyed. I mean,
and there was also the whole thing with the cow, and that was like how this all got started. Is that Lana? There's these two farmers who were arguing over a cow, and Lana's like, "Well, I'll present the cow to my cook, and then you guys can share," implying that they're gonna cook the cow. And
I could go for a hamburger right
or
about now.
something like that. And
it's burger time.
And it's just the whole episode of her doubting her role as a leader, and like, of course, there's that one part toward the end where like Kevin's like, Lana, you have to take control. You have to decide what kind of ruler you're gonna be. And I'm like, oh god, that's what this is all about. Screw you, Captain N. Oh god, totally forced message in the show.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Thumbs down.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break. You're going to hear a couple of ads, maybe some quotes from Captain N, and we'll be back after this to close the show with final ratings and thoughts.
I'm in cute heaven.
Oh no, it's Lana. I can't let her see me.
Let's get Tetrisized.
Come on, we gotta get that key. Let's dance.
Whoa!
But I'm leading.
Geometry, trigonometry, it curves look right.
Get the key this time, egg face, or I'll squish your squat.
Okay.
Come on down to a rock party
I
tonight.
got it! I got the key!
Come on down.
get my zapper. Way to go, boy. Who started all this?
Looking for these?
Yeah, thanks.
Lyle? Is that you?
Whoa!
Yep, that's you all right. And you haven't changed a bit, big brother.
Maybe I don't want to change. Maybe I like myself just the way I am. Even if you never did.
Lyle, that's not true.
Your gracefulness is actually related to this klutz?
Yes, but I haven't seen him in 2 years. Have you been here all this time? Father and I have been so worried.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to live my own life. So, how is Father?
I don't know, Lyle. He's missing thanks to Mother Brain.
Ah, Lana. I should have been there.
Don't worry. The N team will bring him home.
Speaking of home, what are you doing in a Squaresville place like this?
Are you looking for a weekly dose of gaming news and retro? And check out Off the Cuff, available Fridays on Geekcast Radio Network from the producers of XRG. New name, same.
It's action. It's drama. It's comedy. It's Decian, the superhero webcomic. Decian's got superhero antics and sexy girls. Read it now at Decian.com. DASIEN.com.
We are back, and we're gonna rate these 3 episodes today. I know it's not exactly game accurate to Tetris, and I know rating something high just because of a couple of aspects is not exactly the best thing to do, but I didn't write any negative notes about this at all. I mean, sure, Lyle being her long-lost brother and all that, that's a little convenient for the plot, but, between King Hippo basically using hippo power to bust the safe open and all the Tetris music in the background, I've got to give this a 5. I really did enjoy it for Trouble with Tetris. What about you?
I'm giving it a 1. Just not only for missing the point of the game, but also like, let's invent a character purely to have a plot for one episode, and not just invent a character, but invent a character that should have been referenced in previous episodes, but somehow never was.
Yeah. What about the big game? What are you going to give that one?
Oh my god, I think I'll give this one a 0 just for being so nonsensical, stupid.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. There's nothing in this episode. Maybe I can give it 1 point for what Kevin said to Lana at the end, but the whole of the episode just is horrible. So yeah, 0 for that one. And the Lost City of Kongoland.
I'll give this one a 1. It just... Another one of these episodes I just thought the plot was so stupid and just seemed kind of... I don't know. If I was watching this when it originally run, this would be like one of the disappointing weeks. It's like, oh, I can't believe we got that, and I have to wait another week for a good episode.
Hey, at least this show wasn't only on Fridays. That's a good thing.
It was only on Saturday.
That's true. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean, come on. Even though I'm interpreting it about the copping a feel thing, that was just an awesome catch on my part. And Lana as the villain was really cool. So I'll give it a 3. All right. Thank you for joining us here on Pixels in the Animation. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on each and every one of our episode posts. Email us, feedback at geekcastradio.com. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. The network name there is at geekcastradio. Mine is at TFG1Mike. What is your Twitter?
Neil Sama.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/geekcastradio network. You can also find Animation Aficionados over there, Neil's Classic Gaming, and Decian Comic. You can also visit Neil's site, nosuperpants.com.
Yes. Where this week, it's the week of April 1st, and that means zaniness happens. And this week, and in fact for the next 2 months, it will be The Adventures of Liberty the American Girl, a comic that has nothing whatsoever to do with Decian. Well, kind of, but very tangential background stuff. But
wow,
it's a totally different comic. Not even done by me, done by some other guy I know.
Oh wow! Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Pixels the Animation. Wish you'll join us next time. We're reviewing 3 more episodes from Captain and the Game Master. Those being Once Upon a Time Machine, The Feud of Xanadu.
Yeah, and I know they're going to mispronounce that in the episode. They're going to say Xanadu, but whatever.
And Having a Ball. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
TV's Mr. Neil.
Tune in next time and help us find the pixels in the animation.
Midnight in the enchanted kingdom of Hyrule. A time for sweet dreams ever since the defeat of the evil wizard Ganon. And Princess Zelda's return to the throne. And Link's restoration of the Triforce. An ancient treasure made up of the Triforce of Power, the Triforce of Wisdom, and the Triforce of Courage. Together, they are the greatest source of magical energy on Hyrule, and the greatest temptation to those who hunger to possess them.